A book cover emerges, spotlighting Pakistan. The Garrison state, as a voice from beyond, prepares to unveil the origins of the Pakistani military's dominance. Echoing through the studio, a voice introduces the video's mission: to dissect the ascent of Pakistan's military might, revealing a detailed map of Pakistan, poised to illustrate the geographical and strategic underpinnings of the military's influence. A map of Pakistan is unveiled, its borders with India and Afghanistan highlighted, setting the stage for a narrative of geopolitical tension. Historical military footage floods the screen, evoking a sense of past conflicts and the ever-present specter of defense. The Begins, Fortress of Islam, Islam Ka Chila, reflects a sense of insecurity and the prioritization of defense. The scene transitions to Cold War imagery, underscoring the historical context of geopolitical strategy and ideological conflict. Amidst a stark display of Cold War relics, the flags of nations long entwined in geopolitical tension flutter silently, echoing the era's complex dance of power. Resonating with the assertion, external threats and alliances fueled the Garrison state identity, as the scene shifts to a stark reminder of political instability. The specter of external threats and strategic alliances casts a long shadow, shaping the very identity of the Garrison state in a crucible of constant vigilance. The screen flares to life, revealing a stark montage of political unrest and clashing ideologies, setting a scene of deep instability. As the images intensify, a voice echoes: political instability and a lack of clear national identity created a power vacuum, setting the stage for what is to come. The chaos escalates as the screen dissolves into abstract turmoil, a vortex of conflict and terror, foreshadowing the nation's descent. The narrator solemnly intones, "This allowed the military to rise, sealing the nation's fate in a coup of power." A chaotic montage of abstract imagery erupts across the screen, vividly portraying the ravages of conflict and terrorism. Amid the turmoil, a map of Baluchistan materializes briefly, casting light on the region's struggles. A voice whispers of the grim aftermath, echoing the rise of terrorism and the insurgency in Baluchistan. The stark words "consequences," terrorism sear across the screen, emphasizing the gravity of the situation. In stark contrast, the scene shifts to an uplifting montage of economic development flourishing across Asia. Across the screen, a vibrant montage of Asian economic progress unfolds, spotlighting Pakistani professionals and workers in their element. Amidst the bustling visuals, a narrator's voice rises, underscoring Pakistan's pivotal geostrategic position and its vast economic potential beyond mere military significance. The question hangs in the air as text boldly declares, "The path forward?" The narrative loop closes as the scene fades back to the enigmatic book cover, hinting at untold stories and future possibilities. The book cover re-emerges, encapsulating the complex narrative of Pakistan's military rise. A voiceover concludes, weaving together the threads of history that forged the Garrison state. The on-screen text solidifies the narrative. Pakistan, the Garrison state, a unique confluence. In the heart of the news studio, a split screen reveals a stark contrast. News reports interweave with venerable historical documents, spotlighting the nascent struggles and eventual fortification of Pakistan's military in 1947. The words 1947, a nation forged in conflict, emblazon the screen, echoing the narrator's recount of Pakistan's initial military fragility and its transformation. A voiceover fills the studio, recounting the 1947 challenge. 1947, a nation forged in conflict. On the Kashmir border, An animated map vividly illustrates the contested territories between Pakistan and India, hinting at decades of unresolved conflict. A narrator's voice resonates with the weight of history, detailing how the Kashmir conflict has dramatically amplified the looming specter of external threats. In stark, unwavering text, the screen proclaims, "The Kashmir Dispute, a catalyst for militarization, encapsulating the essence of a region consumed by conflict." Ancient echoes of Cold War alliances resonate through archival footage, depicting the delivery of U.S. military aid to Pakistan. A narrator's voice recounts the formation of pivotal military alliances with the U.S. during the Cold War, highlighting a strategic partnership. Vast Saudi Arabian oil fields and ambitious infrastructure projects stretch endlessly under the desert sun, symbolizing a strategic partnership. A powerful alliance emerges as the narrator declares, "Diversifying alliances, China and Saudi Arabia." The narrative voice echoes, discussing the strategic relationships between China and Saudi Arabia, hinting at the depth of their partnership. Within the halls of Pakistani parliament, a stark narrative unfolds as graphics reveal the deep-seated political instability and factionalism that plague the nation. A voice echoes through the chamber revealing, "Political instability, a vacuum of power." The underscores how internal political struggles paved the way for the military's ascent to power, casting a shadow over the democratic process. The screen erupts with a montage of striking images, each frame echoing the expanding sway of Islamic identity across Pakistan. A solemn voice cuts through the visual symphony, declaring, "The lack of a clear national identity pushed Pakistan towards a more dogmatic Islamic identity." Words materialize on the screen, stark and bold. "The rise of Islamic identity." A stark panorama of devastation unfolds, revealing the brutal aftermath of terrorist attacks in conflict zones that have scarred Pakistan. Amidst the desolation, a voice rises, declaring, "The scourge of terrorism," underscoring the pervasive threat that looms over the nation. The narrative continues with grim resolve. The consequences are far-reaching, including the rise of homegrown terrorism. The Balochistan Mountains stand as silent witnesses to a region gripped by conflict and challenge. The declares, "The Balochistan Insurgency, a region gripped by conflict and challenge." Gunfire echoes through the desolate landscape, underscoring a region ensnared by insurgency. The modern cityscape pulses with the vibrant energy of economic activity, a testament to Pakistan's burgeoning growth. Pakistan's geostrategic location emerges as a pivotal advantage, poised to unlock a future of economic prosperity. The screen declares, "A path to pragmatism and prosperity," encapsulating the nation's aspirations for a brighter tomorrow.